Coming at you live from the Oxford Conference Center, the Ole Miss Banking and Finance Symposium, sponsored by the Citizens Bank. Joining us now is Robyn Tannehill, the mayor of the city of Oxford. Robyn, thanks for coming on today.
Thanks for having me. Always good to be with you.
Big weekend here, Mayor.
Big weekend. Wonderful weekend. We have planned the best weather, and people are pouring into town already, and we have flipped the Christmas lights on, and we are ready to welcome you.
That's awesome. And I noticed already coming in last night and driving a bit this morning, there's a lot of traffic out there already.
There is.
Yeah.
There is. Everybody be careful. Drive careful. Don't text and drive. We've already had a few fender benders today.
Yeah. Well, the police department does a fantastic job here. You're
really
blessed with a great OPD.
We are. Thank you. And this weekend will be a challenge.
Yeah.
Just a whole lot of people in this town of typically 28,000. We have 50 or 60,000 on a regular Tuesday with students and workforce, but this weekend we'll probably have a couple 100,000.
Yeah.
So.
Well, the combination of the weather, you got ESPN Gameday coming in, and I suspect we'll have lots of fans making their way over from Texas A&M folks.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I hope so. We'll be welcoming Ross Bjork back. And,
yeah, that's right.
And always a friendly welcome, and we hope that he goes home with a loss.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for coming.
That's right. That's right. We love you, but we want you to lose.
Exactly. So the city, the county have fared pretty well lately, certainly under your leadership. It's, I keep thinking back, and I know it's probably an unfair comparison because I'm an old guy, but what it was like when I was here. And so this was nothing where we are right now. It's just pasture land.
That's right.
You've witnessed lots of growth. What is it, Mayor, that attracts people to set up shop here, to make their home here?
Well, I think that, most college towns are really cool places.
Yeah.
They have a certain atmosphere, a certain quality of life that's provided, just especially with an SEC school, SEC sporting events and things going on at the Gertrude Ford Center and those kinds of things. But, Oxford's a really special place. We've been able to maintain that downtown thriving business district that seems to have left a lot of smaller towns. We have really been deliberate about proactively planning, trying to protect the parts of Oxford that we treasure while encouraging that growth. And, people say all the time, okay, you made it on this list and that list. What's the secret sauce? Yeah. What is it? And, there are a lot of places that have thriving downtown business districts and tree-lined streets and beautiful architecture, but it's the people. It is the fact that you can still walk around that square today, and about every other person that you see is going to speak to you and ask you how you're doing. Yeah. When you walk into a shop, you're going to be greeted, you're going to be welcomed, and, it makes people want to be here. Yeah. And I think, as far as people that's visitors, but people who are relocating here, we've got the best school district in the state. Yep. And in a lot of places close by, they are feeling the need to put their kids in private schools, so they feel like they've gotten a raise when they move to Oxford and are able to attend public school.
Good point. So this conference center is quite the asset for the town and for the community, and then hosting this event, and was able to attend a dinner last night and was surprised at the number of people that have never been to Oxford, and of course they're blown away when they come in.
Well, we hope so. Yeah. We try to make good on what we're selling.
Yeah. Absolutely. So, but it's got to be an honor to host the event here at the Oxford Conference Center.
It absolutely is. We are honored to have all these folks in town, and I spoke to one of the people that's participating last night after that dinner, and he was saying the same thing, that it was cool to sit at a table with several people that this was their first time to be in Oxford, and it's cool to hear their thoughts, with fresh eyes. Sometimes I'll say I've got my mayor goggles on. I'll walk outside, and people say, oh, the flowers look great, and I'm like, oh, those cigarette butts. So it's always nice to hear a fresh perspective from somebody that's not been here before.
Yeah, so. But that's just a function of caring and wanting everything to be perfect. I used to say in the business, our goal is perfection. If we miss, we're merely excellent.
I like that.
Yeah, and that's
good.
Same thing here.
Have to borrow that.
Yeah, absolutely, same applies here. So the Citizens Bank, our sponsor, they're a good corporate community citizen in the city of Oxford as well.
Absolutely, they are. Our banking community, just it's amazing how many banks that we have here and how generous they are with our community. And we're excited about Citizen Bank's new location, and here they're having a grand opening soon, and looking forward to that. And that's real close to this conference center. Yeah. So in probably the area of town that is developing the most quickly right now, this Oxford Oxford Commons development is really taken off, and with residential and commercial.
Yeah, it's awesome. And anytime you see the university combining with the private sector at an event like this, that's really critical for the school, for the town, for our state. It's just a good thing.
It's a good thing, and we are very blessed to live in a community where our university and city and county all pull together to, we succeed together and we're challenged together. And we know that. A lot of college communities that you see, there's the campus and then there's the community.
Yeah.
And ours, Ole Miss is just the center of the donut.
Yeah.
And so it is a great partnership. And we appreciate that the university is very supportive of things going on in the community. And we are moving forward together.
Yeah. Enrollment's up. This year, got the note from the chancellor on that, so that's a good thing.
Applications are way up. I think 32% is what I heard the other day.
Wow.
That's a lot. So we're excited, but of course we've been down for a few years, so it's going to take a minute to make up, just to get back, because you look at one year being down, you're down for 4 years.
Yeah,
so
that's right.
it's we are thrilled to hear it's going back up, and I know that the folks that own these purpose-built student housing developments are excited to hear that it's going back up. And
got the new STEM center under construction on the campus, and trying to get the new School of Accountancy off the ground as well. But the Dean Ken Cyree for the School of Business Administration does a fantastic job over there, and that's one of the draws of students into Ole Miss.
It is.
Yeah, it's a great and lots of fantastic graduates that are still out and about in our state, in your community.
Right. I got to have coffee with a group of first-generation graduate school students day before yesterday.
Yeah.
And just to see students who have not, their parents have never been to college. They didn't grow up thinking that they would go to college, and now they're in graduate school and PhD programs. And, we've just got some amazing students on campus, and it's also great to see how the students get back to the community.
And we got to keep moving in the right direction to keep them here,
That's
as many of them as we can as well. Speaking of that, what's on the horizon for the city? You got lots of money coming down.
Well, thank you, Jesus.
Yeah.
Yes, we do. And
what are we going to do?
Well, we can spend it all tomorrow. But, we obviously, when our biggest challenges are the result of tremendous growth, we can't complain.
Yeah.
But we have a lot of growing pains.
Yeah.
And so it appears that the relief fund money is going to be pretty specifically designated for sewer and water projects.
Yep.
We annexed an additional 10 square miles 2 years ago. So we have plenty of water and sewer projects that are on our to-do list that we are thrilled to be able to get some help in implementing those infrastructure upgrades. We have several roads that are under construction. Well, I shouldn't say under construction. They are in the planning stages right now, about to start moving dirt on a few. And probably the most important for us is University Avenue and Highway 7. The state legislature was generous enough to give us $5 million for that project, and the city and county are both stepping up with MDOT to make that project a reality, hopefully in the next 18 to 24 months.
Okay. And then we got lots of money coming our way. Already some has with respect to rural broadband to help light up the rural areas of Lafayette County. I mean, that plays a role in the growth of the city as well.
It absolutely does. And, we've had so many people that have relocated here during COVID. They thought they were just coming for COVID, to get out of D.C., to get out of larger cities. And then they realized, well, I mean, I can work from home, and I'd rather work from this home than be in the rat race. And so the broadband issues are going to be critical in us being able to continue to attract people that can drive 45 minutes to Memphis to fly wherever they need to be, but want to raise a family in a community like Oxford. So we are excited. Northeast Spark has really been pushing hard out in our rural areas, as have several others. So.
Good. That's good to hear. So what about your legislative priorities? Hard to believe, but the legislature's going to be back in session. You got a minute or so here.
Yeah, got to crank it back up. Well,
you in talks?
We absolutely, we always are. And road projects are really our greatest challenge. And so that's what we'll keep trying to press forward on. We did get $250,000 in an appropriations last session to do a park next door to City Hall. Yeah. And hopefully in December we will start chopping that concrete up and laying the ground so that by the end of next summer we'll have used that those legislative funds well and have a green space downtown.
Yeah. What about your peers, mayors of some of the other cities similar to the size of Oxford? I know you guys work a lot together and talk a lot. Yeah.
We do. You know, it is great to have people in other communities that are dealing with the same things, and we do. We try not to reinvent the wheel. We cast our net out and kind of see what's working other places, and you know, what's good for one of us is good for all of Mississippi. So
absolutely,
we're working together.
Mayor, thanks so much for joining us today. Been a pleasure.
Thank you. Hotty toddy.
Hotty toddy. We'll take a break right here. We'll come right back. We're at the Oxford Conference Center for the Banking Symposium, sponsored by the Citizens